Yeah. Kids asleep, charts away. Trade daddies on the mic. Let's work. Let's work. On the sleeves, nightfall, switch lanes, candles and degrees, blue collar mornings, markets after dark, teaching wealth in the shadows, lighting up the charts, from the shop to the screens, breaking cycles, no cap, turn patience into profit, show the roadmap, education first, yeah, the mission stay clean, built on discipline, modern Canadian dream, daddy time, late night grind, charts glow while the world unwinds, trade daddies, yeah, we break it down, from higher highs to support and bounce. OG in the game, seen bubbles and pain, hands wrapped tight, both gloves in games, from the ring to the feet, pressure don't shake, market swings heavy, steady moves get made, W3BC built, yeah, the vision clear, teach and entertain, make the lesson hit here, punchlines land like a clean left hook, markets speak when a trader looks, after bedtime, headphones on, screens glow bright, risk defined, patience tested every night, no hype trades, only structure and plans, read the flow, understand supply and demand, now promises made, just skills passed down, so the next generation builds solid ground, from dads to traders, lessons stay true, knowledge is power, now pass it through. Who runs the chart? Trade daddies. Who breaks it down? Trade daddy. Risk, reward, discipline. Let's get it, daddy time.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Trade Daddies. We doing it. I'm getting my ass handed to me in every single trade I've taken this week. My goodness, it has not been a good week. It's been rough, man. This chop after this, I missed the whole pump because I was a bear. And I got my butt pummeled because I was still bearishly biased. And this is the pump that nobody wanted, or no, the Bears didn't want, and it happened. So,
but
I'm still stubborn.
The question is it sustainable? Is it going to last? That's the thing.
I'd like to say no, and we'll get into it, and I'll show you why.
Just broken structure. I know that. Like we've broken out.
Well, we've talked about it like last week, and I said like, okay, maybe the bottom is in, and we revisit those lows in the fall. I still like that's still my working thesis that we maybe make a higher low in the fall, which is fine. It's a healthy pullback after a pump, and that's exactly kind of what you would like to see. So it's a matter of how it happens. Do we go sideways? Do we actually go down, hit those key levels, flip mass support, and then off we go? But there's a lot of demand in the market, and this is what I said. If there's ever a time where I would say this time may be different, it's this bear market because of what's going on, institutionally with the government, like all that kind of stuff. And I saw a really cool video with Mark Moss. I'll get into it a little bit later. But dude, this guy breaks down stuff like so well. But yeah, we'll get into that. Actually, screw it. I can talk about it now. Why the hell not? So he basically says when it comes to the Genius Bill, stable coins, the Genius Bill says that stablecoin issuers have to have reserves backed 1-to-1 with the US dollar or a US dollar equivalent, which is a treasury bond or whatever, right?
Right.
Now, other countries so the US is not trying to compete like that. They're trying to compete with China and everything like that. But what they're doing is doing it this way, where they're making stable coins, and other countries that have terrible dollars, terrible currencies, and bad governments, it's much easier for them to get a digital dollar, which is a stable coin, which is backed by a US dollar or treasury, because it has to be 1-to-1. So indirectly, these people that have stable coins are getting or technically buying US treasuries, which is how the government monetizes their debt. Now, so now that becomes more dollar dominance because everybody starts moving on chain through stable coins. This is the way we're going to do payments online. So that leads you to have a powerful dollar, and then also allows the US to spend more on GDP, like higher than like their current rate of GDP. So that means like your dollar is still being devalued, like things are going to be more expensive. They're still going to print money, but the dollar dominance becomes higher because all these countries want to get on the US dollar, and that's how they do it, through stablecoin, and that's how they compete with China and all the other countries. They disallow, or not disallow, they make it almost impossible for them to compete with the US dollar dominance, which I love the name of it. Now I understand the genius, Bill. It is a genius idea. That's how they do it.
Did you see there was I gotta find this article. I just started looking for there's something in Wall Street Journal. Banks fought against stable coins. Now they're considering launching their own. I'd seen some headline where it's like JP Morgan, Bank of America, some other banks that I had not heard of, but like some massive ones, like they're gonna launch their own stable coin.
Yeah. The future of transacting and moving money is going to be stable coins. It's going to be on the blockchain, and like think about it, it's instant finality of transaction. It's just we're moving to a world where everything is just done faster. It's just simple as that. Like especially when you're gonna have AI agents replacing payroll. It's gonna just be automated. Paychecks getting automatically deposited into workers' accounts via stablecoin. Payments via stablecoin, like paying vendors via stablecoin. It's all going to be done. That's going to be the way we transact digitally. There's not going to be a need to do things, physical anymore for cash, right? You'll still be cash. We'll still be able to use cash. But when it comes to institutions and banks and stuff like that, basically an e-transfer right now, I would argue is already digital. It's just moving numbers on a ledger. They own the ledger. It's on a public ledger, and banks will make their own stable coins with a private ledger, anyways.
Right.
Maybe
with the exception of the very few people who are walking around with cash, we're already there.
And I was talking to my wife about this today. So actually, this is why I'm kind of bullish on Ethereum, because if you think about it, if all these corporations are going to use blockchain and use stable coins, they're going to have to hold the underlying network's token to be able to pay all these gas fees, right? So Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, if they're not making their own private blockchain, then it's a different story. But at some point,
I saw like in Phantom, like trying to do some stuff in Phantom, like if I like, it said something, and I'd have to go back and look at this, but like if I didn't have the Ethereum and I wanted to swap, or if something about not having Ethereum and just wanted to swap, like I could do it if I choose to do like some crazy thing, I can go with the gasless.
I had that too. You had to enable it or something like that, right?
I was just like, I'm not ready for this.
Someone's got to be paying that though. Like you're getting that on. I almost wonder if like the price that you're getting, the token that you're trading, it's like baked in.
Yeah, there's a offset to cost somehow.
Exactly. That's why like a lot of I use ShakePay. You buy and sell Bitcoin, but you're not buying and selling at the actual market price. Their fees are baked into that price. So they say it's feeless, but you really are paying. It's just like when you exchange money, you go to a money exchange place and you pay them. They don't give you the actual exchange rate. They bake it in, right? So it's no different.
Yeah,
we're not reinventing the wheel here, guys. These institutions are trying to figure out how they can do the same thing with this new technology, not totally reinvent the wheel. But it's going to be a lot more of the same. But hey, this is my base case. We're going to move money digitally online, and you need a way to represent digital scarcity, and that's Bitcoin, right? That's how you like a store of value digitally. We have physical gold, we have digital gold, and digital gold is Bitcoin, in my opinion. I don't think Bitcoin is money as much as a lot of people like to say it is, because I don't think we can put all our eggs in one basket, which is the Lightning Network. You know what I mean? A 10-minute block time is too long for people to be able to transact. It needs to be where you go, you tap your card, and you walk away, and after you buy your item, right? And that's what you got. I actually just signed up for my my ShakeBay card. For my physical card. So it's a physical Visa card. I'm probably never gonna use it. Like I don't spend my crypto, guys. I buy, I invest, and I never sell my crypto. I never sell my Bitcoin. So I will just use fiat when I want to buy shit. I don't want to be one of those people that has like, I bought a pizza with crypto and now that pizza's worth $20,000.
Now, until spend $3 billion on this slice. Now, until like you get to your point that you've decided like, okay, I'm good, or you're gonna get a loan on your Bitcoin versus ever selling it.
I don't know, honestly. Like, I was thinking about that, but like if you look at the rates, like I was looking at ShakePay right now, you can borrow against your Bitcoin, but it's like 9.5% interest. Like, I own a house, right? So like I have a home equity line of credit I can take if I want to borrow against my house, and that's like 4.95%. I'd rather just do that.
Better.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense to loan it. Mind you, I swing trade my Bitcoin. Like, I do sell Bitcoin at tops, reinvest into the bottoms, but like, that's just the nature of the game. That's how you compound your returns. So yeah, there's a portion that I never sell, and there's a portion that I do these big, 3-year swing trades, right? And that's how that's essentially your dollar cost average strategy, right? You dollar cost average, you sell when things are up, whatever percentage you're ready to take some profits at. Usually bull markets are for taking profits. You ladder your profits out, and you ladder your position in as you go, right? And this is where I'm just buying. I don't even care about price right now. I'm just buying every month. Me and my wife set a certain amount of money aside and just buy, because I don't know where we're going. I don't know if we're ever going to see 57K. Maybe just roll out and just keep going. Maybe we have a crazy adoption for Bitcoin this cycle, and it just goes absolutely wild. And hey,
that to me, and I know we'll get into the markets and we'll talk about this, but that to me is the biggest variable, right? Like, where it's like, structurally speaking, historically speaking, kind of what we've been here a long time. It's not my first cycle. I've been through several of these. Like, it's not normal. We're not on the same. And this is like when I'm looking at my charts, like on my morning show, when I'm talking about the same thing, it's like, look, I know it sounds silly, it sounds stupid, and it's like the YouTube thing. It's like it's either going to go up or going to go down. But literally, we're at that point where like it should have kept going down. That's what we should have been doing. But we've come up, we've broken structure, we've made like a new fucking high, and so it's like, okay, what are we going to do? Because we do have to think this isn't every bull run in history, with the exception of the last one we saw, has been retail driven. Retail is not here anymore. Yeah. So it's institutional, it's governments, it's sovereign wealth funds, it's all sorts of these entities that they got more money than we've ever seen in this industry. And now they're starting to feel comfortable with large purchases. And so at some point, I think the 4-year cycle will always be the 4-year cycle, but I don't think the pricing is going to play the same role as it once did. That's what like more and more I think, like, even though I want it to go down, like I've got that bearish bias myself. But
it did go down. We had a huge dump. Like, we had a big price down like that. Maybe there's less downside volatility than there was in the past. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm starting
to profit it up. There's more profit.
Yeah. Well, the volatility of Bitcoin, if you look from from 2016 or 2009, I would discount 2009 because it was so new. I would go from like the first halving onwards. And the downside volatility is a heck of a lot less, right? And then to your point with the institutions, like they didn't get in, they feel comfortable getting in. It's some people couldn't even get in. Some people can't. Some corporations can't invest in something unless it has a certain market cap. Some need compliance, that's what the Clarity Bill is going to offer. So they need to have a clear regulatory landscape so they can be compliant, because these people have an entire compliance team, and they are just not allowed. They're not allowed to do it until they can be compliant. Once we get that, that ruling in, that's, in my opinion, that's green light means go. Like, that's, and I think you might see a frenzy, because a lot of the other corporations that got in early, they're going to get that FOMO. We need to get a position before everybody else. And you know how it is, like in investing, the first one to do something, the first one to sell something makes the most money. The first one to get into an opportunity early makes more money than the guy that got in just after him, right? So that's where I think you might see a mad dash for getting as much Bitcoin as possible. There's to be a supply shock. We have a supply shock built in every 4 years. Like you're getting cut. Like I think the block reward right now is 3.12 BTC, and it will move down to like 1.75, 1.76 or something like that. Like that's not a lot of Bitcoin. That's 1.76 or 1.78 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. That is a heck of a lot less. And if we have more institutional demand, I would argue that the price is going to go crazy. Even if we have the same amount of demand, price will go up and make a new all-time high just because of the deflationary aspect of Bitcoin. But let's jump into the markets. Let's take a look what's going on here.
Let's do that. Let's look at the charts.
So the weekly, the double bottom played out. We have a nice, beautiful double bottom. It was a weird one because it was almost flat here. And we were just straddling that 200-day moving average, but we bounced off it. Clearly broken trend. We got rejected here at this moving average here, which I believe is what's my purple one? I think that is the 100-day. Yeah, that's the 100-day. So we got rejected by that, coming back down. So now what you'd be looking for, if you're bullish and you think we're going to continue to go up, is that 21-day moving average to come back into price action. We wanted to get the price to reconnect with it. So we can make something like this, like a fallen wedge back to the 21, or we can just go sideways. We can just kind of do something like this, right? And then just make a little, like a bull flag essentially. So either we make a fallen wedge or we make a bull flag, which would put on the weekly here, and which will give also time for the stochastics to reset. If that's a bull flag, you're looking at 95K. If it's a falling wedge breakout, you're looking at 90K. So very well could happen on the weekly. This still has room to go. Like the weekly stochastic is not even at the top yet. The RSI is not even at the top. So if we are going to pump up, it can very well happen still. Maybe just like go sideways a little bit until we reconnect. This could even be like a big cup and handle. Like this could be like a nice cup and a handle, and then we pop off, right?
Can you see this has an inverted head and shoulders, kind of slanted too?
Well, let's flip the chart upside down and take a look. Let's see here. Yeah, we can see a little. Well, this almost looks like an inverted head and shoulders to the other side, right? Shoulder, head, shoulder. But that would, like, if you break to the next neckline, you'd go up this way, which would be a short. But it looks like an M pattern. So if you say maybe, and now this chart's upside down. If you say M pattern, we come back and revisit this liquidity here, which is around that 90,000 level that I was mentioning.
Mm-hmm. Which definitely looks like, I mean, that's what it looks like it's going to do, right?
Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Now the weekly looks a lot better, but let's go down to the 3-day and the daily, because I see, like, so the 3-day is still underneath the 200-day moving average. So we want to try and get above that. Now I was looking at the 3-day the other day, and I'm like, last bull run we lost the 3-day, and then when we went above the 200-day moving average on the 3-day, that was the start of the bull run. Like, some people would argue was down here. I would argue the bull run started on the 3-day when we got above, and then once we crossed it, we never came back to it until January 2026. So that is pretty bullish. So if we can get above that 3-day 200-day moving average, I'm gonna have to flip bullish. I'm gonna have to say we've started the new bull run. Like, we've started the new move up. So we still got some room to go. That's at 90K. Maybe that move is the move. And that's.
But we could fight it for a while. We ultimately could go up there, get rejected, come back down, fuck around for a little bit for the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, and then make another effort. And then that's when we rip through, when we kind of get into October.
This is what I was telling my wife the other day, because we always talk about our investing strategy, and I'm all over the place, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? Even if we come back down, historically, it's been 1 year from the top to the bottom. Like August is basically done next week. You have September and October. October was supposed to be where the bottom is. You got 2 months left of this bear market, guys.
Right.
So like we're who cares if it goes down? Like we're so close to the end. Because like in my eyes, in 2027, it's gonna be, we're gonna have a good up year. If we're still following the 4-year cycle, then it's 1 year down, 3 years up, and 2027 is the first up year. Not to say that we won't end lower. Like we can have a nice pump in the middle of the year and then come back down, and then 2028 we continue up. Like 2028 is the halving, right? So I still think we have room to go up, but I think 2027 might be the year of altcoins. I think the altcoins might start to recover in 2027. And Bitcoin leads the rally. We see meme coins popping off right now, so it makes sense. You're seeing the rotation of, and that's probably why Bitcoin's choppy right now, because you're seeing that rotation of profits coming out of Bitcoin going into all these meme coins. And we'll see if the rotation for meme coins goes back into mid caps or high caps again, right? But right now it's looking good. We changed structure. It's hard to be bearish right now.
It'll first go into the infrastructure plays.
Yeah, like and that's your Ethereums, your Solanas, your Avalanche, like all that stuff like that. Chainlink's just, I think Chainlink is just good all the time. Like Chainlink is actually being used by everybody. So it's hard for me to say Chainlink is a bad thing to own, because it's literally everybody needs it. One other coin that's competing with it, and like
the news that came out, it was yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday, about Coinbase. Their Coinbase stocks that they're running, their tokenized stocks are everything's, the price feeds all going through Chainlink for them. I mean, Chainlink is literally the king of all of that stuff.
I'll be honest with you. I thought we were going down. I thought we were going to make that next leg down and then come up, and then I did not anticipate a rally like this. So it caught me off guard. I missed that $7 entry for Chainlink, unfortunately.
I think you can still get in. You'll still be able to get in sub $10 when we take
I got my Bitcoin. I'm good. But yeah, no, I think I still think we're gonna come down in Q4. Like I'm gonna show you guys the monthly returns, because hey, this will be the test. It'll still be the test. Is this time different? Because every bull market, and you know this, man, every bull market or bear market, I was like, this time it's still gonna be different, right? It never is. So we have never had a green July, August, and September since 2013, because this is as far as it shows. We have not had July, August, and September all green. None 3 in a row. Not even in a bull market. So
there's no way, dude. There's no way. This is the relief rally. August is the relief rally. September is going to be the consolidation, the cool off period. October and then beyond is when we start to.
It can just go sideways. It can literally just range for an entire month, boring as hell, and then all of a sudden we pop off.
So B. Baker left a comment early in the beginning of the show saying crab market for a few days, 15 to 20% drop in September sometime, and then October, November rally. I agree with that. I agree. I think that's a great assessment. It's what we've been thinking, talking. Yeah. Like I'm on board.
And then typically in January, we could probably consolidate again. January, February, maybe pop off later February. And then Q1, Q2 starts April 1st, right? Something like that. So April might be a good month. April, May are usually pretty good months too. Again, I know I'm bull markets, but yeah, we'll see. I don't think September is going to be red or green. It may not be. Doesn't mean it's going to go down like 20%. What if it's only down like 3%? Right? Like that could happen too.
And look, we're not out of the weeds yet with August. You know what I mean? Like we still have a week. A lot could happen in a day. You know what I mean? Someone could press the button and pull the trigger, and all of a sudden, instead of up 25%, we're down 3%.
When you stare at enough charts and you look at enough candles, you start to realize there's some volatility at the end of the candle when the candles look going to close. You see it if you watch the 1 minute, you'll see that a lot on the 1 minute. You'll see that candle kind of like do nothing, and then like the last 10 seconds, it'll just sometimes goes wild, depending on how much liquidity is in the market.
You
So
know what
the
it
monthly will
reminds me of?
end. Yes.
It reminds me of the early days of eBay when there was no action on the auction, and then all of a sudden, like the last 30 seconds, it fucking runs up. You're like, no.
You're like, oh yeah, $5, what a steal! But
Dude,
yeah,
I bought an acre of land. One night I couldn't sleep. In the middle of the night, like 3 a.m, bought an acre of land in Texas. I still own it for $1. I had to pay $499 for closing costs. So for $500, I got an acre of land in East Texas.
you still have it?
Yeah.
That's crazy. When are we gonna have the Silver Bowl Ranch?
Dude. Yeah.
Somebody copyright that right now.
Silver Bowl Ranch having it, dude. We're under construction. I forgot about this. Like, we can do that. The Silver Bowl Ranch is under construction.
Oh, I love that. That's sick. But yeah, so it's exactly the same thing, right? Like, so you'll see at the end of the month. That's why there's usually some volatility at the end of months, or there could be volatilities because that end of the month close. And if we're looking at the monthly chart, look at the candles here. Let's see, monthly candles. Let me just do that. Dude, your trick, the Alt R, is like been the best. Like, I use it all the damn time now. I don't even like do anything with my chart until I press Alt R. Two nice candles. What was that?
To just freshen it up, just center it up, get rid of it.
It's beautiful. It makes up for the fact that I always do this.
Everybody does it.
So we're at resistance right now on the monthly, as you can see here. Like, we have a couple touch points here, and now here. So we have clearly some resistance on the monthly. We'll see if we can get above it. I would even just go Alt H for horizontal line, and just there you go. I can even maybe drag this here. Just no, I'm gonna stay here. Screw it, because we still have a lot of touch points here. Like, that's it. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That would be a huge
I feel
dump.
like that's what's gonna happen, dude.
That would be such a nasty dump, though. That would bring you down to $1,000. Not going down that low.
Don't scare everybody.
That would be the end of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's not happening. I don't think that's gonna happen. But again, this is your range. And you're kind of fighting with, like, in 2024 when you had the new all-time high before the halving, which never happened before. That's kind of fighting with that range right here, because you had the high, which is above the previous bull market high, and then we kind of consolidated down for like 7 months, and then you started the bull run. And it's kind of like this right now. We're fighting with this level. Maybe we need to come back and touch, these levels here, 72, 69K, or even just hit the bottom of the channel, 58K. Revisit those lows in October or whatever, because even I was
volume drop there too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, there's a huge amount of volume right here. So there's a gap. You're kind of in a gap, to be honest. If you look at the monthly, you're in the gap right here until you hit 71, 70K. And that's when you start to get into this liquidity wall, and then or volume wall, sorry, and then you have all this here, right? So very, very possible to come again, and that's just a healthy consolidation. Coming back to these levels would be a healthy consolidation. Even coming back to the 21 here, which would bring you to 70K. Like, we're above the 21 here, we're just above it. Coming back to touch it and then popping off that is fine too. That's very healthy. That's exactly what you want to see, in my opinion. So the monthly looks good. And I'm just trying to see here. So I want to see 2020, because there's something like when COVID happened that we want to see here. Let me go to the weekly, because I lost my 200-day moving average. All right. So if you look at the bear market with COVID, 2023, right here. Okay. So we came off the bottom. Everything started to look really, really nice. We consolidated down, and then we made another low. This was a while. So we're talking about December of 2018. We made a cycle low, and then we didn't revisit those lows till March of 2020. So we could rally up, and we can still revisit those lows next year in 2027. So like that is always the case. This is what I've always noticed in crypto, and it's kind of helped me with like having FOMO. It's like there's always going to be a pullback. There's always going to be a good entry price. You just got to be patient. Even though it rallied up 25%, there will be a 10 to 15% dip or 20% dip that I can find opportunity to buy. And this is where your dollar cost average comes in. Dollar cost average, every week, every month, and then have some cash on the side for those big dips, because there will be dips. There always will be dips. There always will be red ones, right? And that's the case for any asset across the board. But I noticed something funny, like a little pattern. My stocks in my traditional portfolio started dropping, and Bitcoin started going up. So I was thinking to myself, "Oh fuck, it's like rotation I was talking about." It's a little bit of a rotation. Now the S&P 500 is still doing, I believe, pretty well, right? I think we're at what, 77? Where's my S&P? 76. So it didn't lose that much. It lost like $200, which is not so bad. See, these are my traditional stocks, like Sun Life Financial, TD Bank, BMO Bank, and Enbridge. These are like my traditional stuff, and they're down quite a bit. They've gone. If you look at Sun Life, like right back to 21, it was on like some parabolic bull run. It was looking real nice. I was telling my wife, like, every time I look at my app, it's going up. I'm like, the hell, this is doing better than crypto. And it came back down, and we're touching the 21. So hopefully a nice bounce. But I just noticed this, this little pattern that like stocks have kind of taken breather, and crypto started pumping like crazy. So
it's taken okay. So I mean, we talk about this all the time about crypto, but look at that spread on all of those, like the EMAs or SMMAs. Like that's a big gap between all those, and usually that there at some point has to come and close that gap, right?
Yeah, it's a little different when it comes to like these big markets, like in traditional stocks. Like if you like, I look at this, for example, when was the last time we touched the 200-day moving average, and that was April of 2025. So we could very well come back to it.
It could also start to pull up at a more rapid pace, right?
So next year, the federal bank and at least I know the Bank of Canada are more likely to raise rates. Not much, but I think next year, I believe Canada's proposed potentially 2 raise hikes of 25 basis points each. So probably like 50 basis points for the year. So when interest rates start to go up, stock market usually starts to go down.
Right.
You will probably see the rotation into crypto because, again, we've said it. I think I've told you guys this for the last couple of weeks that, like, stocks have been doing really well. The stock market has been doing very well. But eventually things have to come down, and there's going to be a pivot point where investors will ask themselves, where's the best place to put my money for the best possible return? And I think crypto is going to be at least one of those baskets that go up. And then you got the midterms. Midterms coming this November. There's a lot of Trump haters out there right now. Trump's not doing so well. Or the anticipation does he might not do as good as he thinks in the midterm, so maybe he loses a little bit of power. Who knows? This is all here, foresight or hearsay, but that is usually the case. Anytime a politician goes in power and there's some sort of midterm election or whatever, like this, people just like realize like all politicians suck, to be honest. And I think the honeymoon phase will be over for the whole Trump thing, and like he probably will lose a little bit of favor that from when he initially took office, but that's the case for any politician in any midterm. And yeah, so we'll see where it goes, but I just you got 2 more years of Trump, and then who knows what's going to happen, right? You're going to have a new president in. Is it going to be the same thing? Is it going to be a totally different thing? I feel like every time there's a new president, the first 2 years are just like undoing what the other president did.
It's just constant, just a constant power struggle, just a waste of time. Just everyone's time waste.
You know what? They're still going to print money. They're still going to devalue the currency. They're still going to make things more expensive for you. So the best thing you can do for yourself is invest. Buy Bitcoin, buy things that are scarce, and help yourself get out of that rat race. That's exactly what I'm doing, guys. I'm a 9-to-5 worker. I still do the same thing. I try to invest and just get the hell out of this rat race. We want financial freedom, but the old adage of like what my parents used to do, you just can't save your money anymore. because saving, you're losing out. You're losing to inflation. So you have to invest. Replace save with invest, and investing is the new saving. All right,
Dude,
let's take a
wish that they would. It wouldn't it be fantastic if they would start to teach like financial literacy and all this stuff, like for real, like in school.
They're not incentivized to. The government is not incentivized to make people, you know what I mean? Because then they peek behind. Like, look at COVID, for example. COVID came out and like people saw behind the curtain, like the inflation. Oh, it's transitory. And then all of a sudden we had 40-year high interest rates that we haven't had in a very, very long time. And people really felt inflation. Usually 2% is enough for people, like they know things are getting expensive, but it's not that bad enough where they really ask questions. But when your groceries go up 30%, you start asking questions. Why? And then, and now you got social media. Everyone's talking about it. And people just generally have the access to information that they never had before. So if you start asking the questions, you're going to get them. You're going to get the answers. And you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it, right? So the best thing is to invest. And that's why the stock market goes up. It's not because it's better. It's just because it's literally like tracking inflation, really. Houses are built much worse than they were in the 70s.
Yeah,
worth
the
more.
materials are shit.
Man, your freaking house is made of paper mache essentially right now. Dude, I remember so I bought my house in 2020. That's when I moved in October 2020, and it was a brand new build. And like I got in just before like COVID got really bad, and the subdivision, you could see the houses being built around me, like terrible quality. They're patching like walls. I saw one house that I walked through, the 2x4. They must have like reused 2x4s, and they had like 6 sections where they glued other pieces of 2x4s to make one 2x4. I'm like, I'm glad I don't own this house. Yeah. Can you imagine? So yeah, they're not built better, but they are significantly more expensive now than they were in the 70s, right? And it's all because you're seeing investors hide their money into assets that are scarce, and it literally just it's a one-to-one tracking of inflation, right?
Yep.
That's why Bitcoin goes up. Bitcoin goes up because the dollar goes down. As simple as that. There's no ceiling to Bitcoin because there's no amount ceiling of how much money they're going to print.
Right.
All right. Enough of my Bitcoin maxi talk.
Nerd talk. It's nerd economics. Nerdonomics.
We're gonna have nerdonomics with Modern Canadian. Let's go on to our shorter time frames. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. Actually, no, I didn't look at the daily yet. Let me look at the daily, because the daily looks like it's gonna come back. And
the daily looks like we're on a cliff.
Okay,
ready to.
First of all, that is not Bitcoin. That is Bank of Montreal. Let's go to the daily. This is where I have a short in. I have a big short in, and I'm hopefully like for God's sakes, I've lost so many trades this week. Hopefully this is the one. So I'm anticipating a move back to the 21. So right now I have I'm looking at a potential rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. You want to see, if you want like a pump up, you want things to come down a little bit, but we're rising up. So I got in the trade. We're not in the green right now. We're in the red, but I'm on. This is a trade in the daily. I intend to hold this trade all of September, because I believe September will be a red month. So we're going to hold this. Hopefully we don't get stopped out. My stop loss is like right up here, like just above the highest candle at 81.5. So please don't go there. But for the love of God. So we'll see where this goes. I'm taking profits at like 73 something, because I anticipate the 21-day moving average is going to start like trending up this way. So hopefully price comes down to meet it. I'll take profits earlier. I don't care. Like I just want to see this break, this bottom trend line break. So that's where I'm going. And get overheated RSI, overheated stochastics. Like we're losing momentum in the MACD. Like I have to take this. Like there's a nice little gap right here down to 77. And if we lose 77, there's a nice gap basically right down to 72. So we'll see where it goes. This is going to be a month-long play. Hopefully I don't get stopped up before that. But this daily candle is starting red. We finished the daily candle with green, and this one is starting red, but we are having a wick. So we'll see where this goes. But I anticipate a move back down to the 21-day moving average at the least. But that's really good. You want to come back to the 21 because what you can do is, that's a bull flag, right? Come back to the 21 and then say we pop off. I don't even know if that wouldn't even make it. That'll be 96K, but that's if we go out of the falling wedge here. So we'll see. We'll see if we break down. I hope that we come down, bounce off here, have a nice consolidation period. Maybe go sideways a little bit around the stick with the 21. Puff off. Give these things time to reset, and that way you can have momentum to go blast off again, right?
I'm so overhated.
Yeah, well, look at the stochastics here, right? You had low stochastics, low RSI, curving up, and that's where you had this huge rally, man. It looked beautiful. From the 17th, you had a move when you reset the indicators. You had a nice move, like that's 26%. So seeing these indicators reset are pretty good. When you start to see big time frames get down to these levels, like it's a good move. Mind you, this one went sideways on you. It held the whole that for a while, but if you got in here, you would have never been in the red.
Right.
So the daily
might have gotten murdered in funding fees, but
yeah, exactly. But again, like the potential on return is much higher. And then we have the 4 hour, same idea, rising channel here. This almost kind of looks like a cup and handle, actually. Little cup handle action right here. But we'll see where where this goes. If it sticks in the channel, or if it goes a little higher. But this is the channel. This is it. Top resistance, bottom resistance. Which one breaks first? And that's a wait and see moment.
That's the 4 hour, right?
This is the 4 hour. Again, high stochastics, but you have high RSI, but low stochastics curving back up. So we're above the 200-day, above the 21-day moving average. So, you can even say that this is like a falling wedge that maybe has broken out already and is retesting the top of the trend line, maybe for a move to the top. And that's 82K if we get to the top. So that would just be terrible for my trade. but yeah, that's the case, right? So we'll have
great for the portfolio.
Yeah, just punish me, daddy. But hey, you know what? It's a win. It's a win-win, because if I lose the trade, my main portfolio's up.
Right.
So we're good. We're still winning.
Right.
1 hour looks pretty good, to be honest. Like I would like for the RSI and the stochastic to reset a little bit more. Maybe come back and revisit the 200-day moving average and pop off. But the 1 hour is not terrible, but I don't like the high stochastic here. But the RSI is okay. We're still above that yellow line here. So until this purple line crosses down here, I won't be so worried about it. 15-minute. Let's see what the 15-minute looks like. 15 minutes working its way back up to the 200. So we want to see the model. We want to see price action make its way above the 200-day moving average, pull the 21 with it, come back to meet the 21 and continue off there. That's what we want to see. So that would be the price getting above the yellow line, the white line coming up and crossing, price coming back to meet the white line and then popping off. But low stochastic curving up and RSI maybe bouncing off the neutral line potentially, and for a move up to cross the 15-minute 200-day moving average. 5-minute looks good. The 5-minute model played out. We had a cross. We come back to touch the 21, and then we came up, and we're starting a little bit of a trend here. So we'll see where this bottom trend line goes on the 5-minute. If we can stick with this move. I do see a little bit of a shoulder, head, shoulder, but we'll see. This is you want to make sure that this neckline doesn't break first. I remove my drawing, so I'll show you the neckline.
Russ, we got some good news. Russ Ram, good news for your short. Russ Ram, he's on board with us. He says Bitcoin to 58. Watch. So.
Yes, as long as it doesn't hit 81.5 first.
I think we've had enough pump, dude. The relief pump has been good enough. 25%, maybe even a little bit more for Bitcoin. Like that's good. Like everybody's happy. They made money. Now it's time to send it back. Let's collectively do what we need to do, and then
and it's healthy, super healthy to come back for a nice little pullback. And it doesn't have to be a 20% pullback. It could just be a consolidation pullback back to some key levels. Because you don't want, like, it gets weird when you get so far from the 21-day moving average. Like, you got to be wary there. Like, when you start to pop off, like, get above it, like, you gotta be like, they comes violently down. The faster something goes up, the faster something comes down, right? That's why I'm more leaning bullish overall for trend, because we had this huge 26% rally and we didn't just come right back down. We went sideways, which is very, very healthy. You want consolidation that will naturally reset the indicators, that will naturally bring the moving averages back to meet price again. That's what you want to see for another move to the upside. So we got a couple months left. Again, 2 months after September, October. And October 10th was when we had that big liquidation event. We could buy, like, it could be done in September and October is up, right? So we'll see what happens first. I don't think September is going to be, green. It would be the first time it ever happened. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? It is what it is, right? Like, things
it's worth the risk. So risk reward.
That's all trading is. Trading is literally managing risk, taking a chance. You have a little bit of an edge with your indicators and the data and stuff like that, but it's never 100%, right? And you put your money out there as a risk. And if you have risk management, you can stay in the game long enough to keep playing. All right. That's Bitcoin in a nutshell. That's kind of what my thoughts on Bitcoin. That's what I'm doing on the daily, and we'll see at the end of September or in September how my trade plays out. See how it goes.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes. What's up?
When it comes to, and this was something I had seen, look at Chainlink on the 4 hour.
Chainlink on the
and
4 hour.
The way that I was looking at it earlier, and this was on the show, was okay. So I kind of feel like you could measure this out as a bullish rectangle, right? Based on this consolidation that we're in, potentially. There's a couple ways you could slice it, right?
What is that wick though? Holy hell!
That's what I'm saying. So my biggest question is on like a bullish rectangle, like say that we do measure this out as a bullish rectangle because we came up from the top, right? That's typically what you would think, or you came up from the bottom, right? But because we kind of hit a ceiling, came down, there's that crazy wick, and then we started going sideways. Does that invalidate the bullish trend of it and becomes a bearish rectangle because we ultimately came from the top down?
Are you talking about this?
No, just literally like the last, go back to like August 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this, to me, in my opinion, is not a bullish rectangle because we have a slant. Oops. Yeah, I don't know if I would call that a bullish rectangle. Bullish rectangle usually, like, price goes like this, price comes up like this, and then it really respects it. And you have, it looks more like that. It's because we never came back. Like, I would have, if this was a bullish rectangle, price would probably have done like
would
something
have
like
stayed
this,
up towards that top side,
come back to it, but stayed like here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for me,
my thought process just really, so my thought process on that was, sometimes when there's the liquidity events where there's, it went up, but then it came right back down, like just invalidate that and then just scrape across like that straight part, and just making that the move. And so I guess just the question was, and because of that, the nature of the structure, like it's not a bullish or a bearish rectangle. Right.
If I was going to say it was any sort of rectangle, it would be a bearish rectangle.
Okay. Because we came down,
consolidated in it. And that also, as soon as I looked at this, the first thing I saw was a double top pattern.
The Batman.
Yeah. That's the first thing like, as soon as I saw it, that's the first thing I saw. They call it cat ears because you have it's a cat with the whiskers.
Meow. My daughter would love that right now. I mean, well, let me take a screenshot so that now that we were talking about kitties while we were, you know, it's
Hey,
funny.
that was not a bad cat. I actually did a pretty good job.
No, that's actually a really good one. She was going to she was like going off to school this morning and she goes, "Go make the Bitcoin." I was like,
I love it. Go make the Bitcoin. I fucking love that. Yeah, man, I got my daughter in the Bitcoin. All that she's gonna be like with the people are gonna be like, what the hell's that? She's like 7. No one's gonna know what it is.
dude, our kids know more about crypto than most kids. Than most
Yes.
adults, I mean. Sorry.
Dude, it was awesome. Actually, my daughter absolutely loved the conference and hanging out with Emmy. It was awesome. Like, definitely gotta do that again. Now I'm just no way I'm gonna go to Futurist and she's not gonna want to be able to come.
All right, so we're going to NFT NYC next week. Road trip.
NFT NYC. Oh man, I would love to, but
No.
I will be at the cottage, my friend.
It sounds way better than NFT NYC right now. No offense to anyone going.
I hope it's better than it was last year, because last year was not great.
Dude, what in the world are they going to talk about?
I don't know. The food was great, but nobody was there.
Literally. Well, I was there with you. You and I were there, right?
Yeah, I was there. I was there with Mikala. I was doing the Cock Media stuff. That was fun. That was a fun month until that went belly up.
A lot of people coming in, dude. A lot of people have come and gone in this space. You and I have been here for a while.
Bunch of fucking tourists.
Yeah, dude. Come on now.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It's the nature of the beast, man. That's it. It is what it is. If you can't laugh at it, then I don't know what you can do, right?
So what level? What's that level? That was like $13 or something like that. Where if we hit the cat at the top of the cat ear again.
So that if we hit the top, so we can have a higher high, or we can have a lower high for double top, or just reach around the same time. It was $12. The very tippity top was 12.6, 12.65. That's what I see. But mind you, I do see like low stochastics. That makes me wonder if that last little pump is here, the little ear. That's your low stochastic coming back up and then eventually coming back down. And it makes sense, right? Like we come back, Bitcoin kind of comes back for consolidation. We come back to revisit liquidity, maybe flip this level as support. And I haven't done this in a while, but let's pull a fib.
Oh,
the move started here.
What do you do for the fib? You go from the low to the high.
You go from the impulse when it started. So you can go. I'm going from the low, or I can go from like where the move actually really started, and that puts you at a nice bounce potentially at the 786. The golden pocket is here at 618, and the 786 is down here at $10.14. So if you want to count it like that, that's where we can potentially go. Depends how you want to measure. If you want to measure the entire move, I don't think I would do the whole move, but that would put the 786 at, like, if we go to here, the 786 would be at the 200-day moving average. But usually you go from the impulse. So I probably put it at this candle, to be honest. And you got $10. It would be a good price. Doesn't mean it can't still go lower, but it's a good entry price because you're more likely to get a bounce there. So yeah, that's we'll see where that goes. And that's fine because that's a healthy pullback. That's basically making a higher low. If you look at the overall trend, you come up and you make a higher low and then you pop off and you keep going from there. So the next stop for Chainlink, if we were to go down, would be, I would put my resistance and support levels like here, and then here, like that.
Boom.
And that's where you want to.
Could we start doing a segment called Mikey Fibs?
Mikey Fibs. Yeah, absolutely. I always forget to do it. Like it's one of those things where I'm just so used to using the indicators, but like I'm like, oh fuck,
the 21 and the 21 and the 200. It's like that's it for me. However, like there's science and like math behind the Fibonacci's. Plus, like I don't want to get all hippy dippy on this shit, but like it's like energy, man, right?
Yeah, there's I think they say there's Fibonacci in like everything because it's a math equation, right? So that everything in life has Fibonacci's, like flower petals, everything. I watched a whole freaking like video on it, like when I heard about it, because it was kind of weird what the hell a Fibonacci was. Sounds like some like Italian like opera singer.
Dude, Yeah, I'd like either.
You know what I want to look at? I want to look at Dogecoin because I'm a Dogecoin miner now, and
Yeah.
this has been
Okay,
great
talk to me about that. So you signed up to that service, right?
So I bought 2 miners from Terra Hosting, and I used to Ethereum mine. I had over 100 graphic cards in my house. I pivoted to Bitcoin mining, and I'll tell you, Dogecoin and Litecoin mining has been profitable since day one. Like
Nice.
when I was Bitcoin mining, I was mining in the red for a while, and then eventually we went into profits. And then same thing with Ethereum. There's a point in time where you're just your electrical cost is higher than what you're making, but if you hold the asset, then it goes up in value and you're fine. But man, this Dogecoin and Litecoin mining, I went from before this pump, I was making about $14 US a day. Okay. And after this pump, I'm making about $20 US a day. So it jumped quite a bit. So that's like, I think it's like $700 a month, and my cost is like 500. So I'm like net $200 a month profit.
Hey,
so it's not bad. It's not bad. And the miners cost 9,000 Canadian. I think they're about the 7,000 American, which is a tax deduction. The mining fees are a tax deduction, so I'm gonna get a credit on my taxes come income tax season, which I will put into Bitcoin. And yeah, so like it's a good strategy, and now I'm a Dogecoin miner. Now
there you go.
The Dogecoin chart, and so now we're doing the moon math, right? We look okay. Where can we go for Dogecoin? Let's take a look.
Let me just ask you a question.
Yes.
Are you super excited? Dogecoin it's like the same fundamentals as Bitcoin, right?
The irony of Dogecoin, which is so funny when you look at all the altcoins in the market. It was made as a joke against Bitcoin, but ironically, it's proof of work. So at its base level, it's worth the amount of electricity it costs to create one. It's super secure, super decentralized. The only thing it doesn't have is a limit on supply. I believe there's no limit on the supply of Dogecoin. So like that's the only thing it doesn't have really of Bitcoin, but it's a vibrant network. And I'll tell you, when I was mining Bitcoin, you would start losing. So say for example, every month you're mining 0.05 BTC. That would quickly start to go down every month, like because the difficulty goes up, more people start mining, and your yield goes down. And I'll be honest, I have been steady every day. I'm making about anywhere between 90 to 105 Dogecoin a day.
Nice.
And it's been steady, and I've been mining for 2.5 months now.
Okay.
So that's when I got into Dogecoin mining, the guy told me, he said, like, actually Dogecoin mining is actually one of the stablest because I noticed last bear market that they were the only miners that were profitable through the entire bear market. So that's what got me into it now.
Is there like a resource for this where you can look and see the profitability of a coin?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I can let's see, LTC Doge profits. I forgot which one I use. There's so many calculators. So there we go, miner stat. So it's merge mining. So you have like hash rates. So I have both of my miners together about 30. Actually, I'll tell you right now. Go on my phone. I'll tell you right now.
Is there like an app that you can log into to watch your miners?
Yeah, so I'm mining to a pool, and the pool shows my miners. So right now I'm mining at 32.25 gigahash, which would be 32,250 megahash. They use about 3,500 watts each, so that's $7,000, 7,000 watts. The pool fee is 1%. And the hydro rate is 0.085. So you can see the last. This is not right at all. I'm making way more than that. Oh, this isn't Bitcoin. What the hell? LCC Doge mining. I don't know.
Does it settle in like a stable coin or in Dogecoin?
Currently daily. Anyways, this is about right. About $20 a day is exactly what I'm making. I'm making about 0.1 16.17 Litecoin, and I'm making about 100 Dogecoin a day.
That's awesome, dude.
So my base case was, what if Dogecoin just goes to 20 cents? Doesn't even have to make an all-time high. 20 cents, you double your
What's it at
daily.
now?
It's sitting at 8.7 cents.
Oh,
We went up as this rally brought us up to 10 cents. We are still below the 200-day moving average on the weekly. So Dogecoin hasn't really started its bull run, if you say that. So, but we do have the same double bottom that's Bitcoin has kind of played with, right? So kind of almost looks like the Bitcoin chart. You have that double bottom, and we want to get above here and then start making our way towards the 200-day moving average on the weekly. And it's hard for me to say that it won't happen. Like, Dogecoin has been around and has shown that every bull market may not make a new all-time high, right? You have to understand that these altcoins are very inflationary. Like, there's no limit on supply.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to make all-time highs, but you can still get 30, 40, 100, 200, 300% move and still not make an all-time high. Like, from the bottoms here, from this level right here, if we just go up to 30 cents, 250% increase, and that's not even the all-time high for Dogecoin was 75 cents. So that's my base case. I don't need an all-time high. You just need, I'll take 100%. Like, I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm curious to see. This is my experiment. This is the first time I've ever mined Dogecoin and Litecoin, because I still believe in a portfolio. Mining is a good passive income generator and a good tax advantage strategy in part of your portfolio. You get the passive income, you get tax deductions. You're self-proprietor in a business, and even if you're working a 9 to 5, it helps you keep more of your money in your pocket from your 9 to 5 job.
There you go.
And so we'll see where it goes. I'm hoping that we go up. I want to buy a fishing boat next year, so let's see.
What are you gonna get? Like a center console?
I'm looking to get like a deep
like a flat
hull. Not a flat one. I want something with like 4 seats. Like, I want to have like the family on it, but
family.
But a fishing boat. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely something for a little bit more deeper waters.
There you go.
But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the crypto market does. That'll be if you see a fishing boat on my timeline, the crypto market's doing well.
Dude, it better say Trade Daddies on the back. Just get it.
Trade Daddy Bass or something like that.
Trade, yeah, Bass Daddy.
So let's look at Litecoin. So for me, like, Litecoin is pushing up on that weekly 200-day moving. Look at that. It just got rejected by the 200-day moving average on the weekly. So its all-time high was last cycle was what, 200? No, that's not right. 2025. $31 for, that's Link. I'm like, what the hell? That can't be right. Litecoin went to like,
it's like, wait a second.
What the fuck? Yeah, $148, $150 for Litecoin last cycle.
Bitcoin was the first crypto I ever bought.
Litecoin was the first one you ever bought?
Yeah.
I remember the first crypto I ever got was on one of those faucets, and I thought I was getting Bitcoin because it's like, oh, you watch these ads, get Bitcoin, and it was Bitcoin Cash. And it was on like blockchain.com or something like that. It was like where I had my wallet. I tried to find it again, but I don't know if that website exists anymore.
Dude, I wish that I could do that, because I had like a couple of those Bitcoin faucets going. I'm sure I do somewhere still.
I had like 4 computers going, just watching ads, like just going like this. I'm like, I don't know what this Bitcoin thing is. I'm just messing around. Can you imagine?
Give me more.
If only I knew.
Yeah.
But Litecoin up to probably at least $150. Like, I don't see why it wouldn't. And that just gets you like, $99, $100 gets you to the 200-day moving average on the weekly for Litecoin. So,
and that's not even a bull run then. The bull run starts after that.
So much time. I don't know. Like, this is totally a guess, but I have a feeling that the altcoins will pop off this cycle. Like, I think we're gonna have a normal cycle again. I think it was just the Bitcoin show last cycle. And then once clarity goes in and everybody can explore the ecosystem again, I think we're like, you're kind of seeing it. NFTs have been doing well, meme coins have been doing well. Like, it's hard for me to say that like all coins are dead. Like, do they bleed to Bitcoin? Yes, of course. They lose value because Bitcoin will just always outperform them, but doesn't mean you can't make money.
Very true. But I think it's going to be the rotation is going to be different this time. It's going to look a little different. Some of the coins that are in the top 50 aren't safe. Some coins that are in the top 300 are going to rise. Like
Cardano, excuse me.
Man, if you guys couldn't understand what he was saying Cardano.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Charles. Is Charles still crashing out? Like, has anybody heard from him in a while?
I think he's logged off, dude. I think someone took his phone away from him. Nobody's heard from him in a while.
You're gonna start seeing him pushing. It's like, I'm back on ETH Classic. Let's go.
Him and Ben are gonna show up and do a video together.
Oh Lord. No, thank you.
I'd watch it.
Maybe next bear market. Maybe that'll be like next bear market, and that'll like mark the bottom or something.
You can do something like that for the top cycle. We don't need it for a bottom signal.
God, what happened to that guy? Is he still around? Is he still live in Atlanta? Is he still around? Is he in a hospital? Like, geez.
No clue. I don't think so. I think from what I understand, he's not here anymore. But I don't know.
He just uninstalled the internet, and that's it.
Well, I think that he was forced to by the courts. So.
Oh, fair enough. All right. Okay. So, is there any other coins chat that you want to see? Let's take a look at some meme coins. Let's take a look. I'm fuck the news today, because honestly, there's not a whole lot of news, but I do want to see Dex Screener.
Yes, we got to look up the J chain stuff, and we got to. Absolutely. I haven't looked at this in a while. There's a couple. There's 3 that I want to look at. 3 that I'm keeping my eye on right now.
All right, J Chain's looking pretty nice.
Oh shit, dude! 91K.
Oh wow, 91K. We were at 89K earlier today when I was looking, and now we're just look at this fat boner of a candle right here.
I got it. It's right here. I'm giving away. This is a Tangem ring, size 11 Tangem ring. It comes with the cards and the ring. When we get to 100K, I'm giving this away. I will send this to somebody.
That's awesome, dude. Get it. I still have my Tangem welcome pack from the conference.
I have my daughters too. I need to set her up. I need to set her up with her wallet.
I have so many cold storage wallets. I'm like, I don't know if I want to I might just give this away because I have so many cold storage wallets. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Split up all my money and put it on another wallet?
Yeah.
But I do want to kind of try Tangem because it's the one wallet I haven't used yet. But we'll see. This looks really nice. 91K above the 4-hour 200-day moving average. This is beautiful. This is you cross the 200-day moving average to 21. Your price will come up. We touched it here and we popped off. We're touching it again and we popped off again. So if we can stick with this 21 and just keep pulling 21 up with price, it looks good. But look at the 4-hour low stochastics curving up, RSI curving up. We have room to move up here. So it looks pretty good. We got some momentum, feels good. Things are being built. And memes are pumping, right? They're doing very, very well. 91K market cap. So hey, if you want to get in, get in.
And get while the getting is good. Yeah. And if you need the information on the shill and all that stuff, come to one of the shows. I'm gonna do some videos. I was thinking the other day, because I've started shooting the morning macro. Hopefully you guys like that. That's kind of the quick little news rundown that ultimately ends up being in the show a little bit later, but it's a quicker format of it. But I was doing all this stuff and I'm thinking man, I need to create some J-Chains token content so people understand exactly what it is. Because we don't quite have enough people in the community. And again, it's not just a meme coin. It's not a PP fart butt coin. It's we're actually building some stuff. I'm looking at space to get a studio so that we can, because we're going to turn this into an actual business stuff. But anyway, tune in to a space for the big show.
Beauty. When is the space?
I'm in them every day. I'm hopping. So
okay, I thought you mean there's a specific one that you were gonna.
No. So So every day, I do my live show at noon, from noon to 1:30, and then but usually in the morning, all throughout the morning, and then again in the afternoon, I'll be in spaces talking about the coin and all that stuff. So.
Speaking of which, so Friday, Pizza Friday. I will be in Windsor. So I will be getting some Windsor pizza. So I'll definitely be posting that. The nice, what do you call it? The Juliet pepperonis
Julienne pepperonis. Yeah, dude, it's the best way.
Canned mushrooms, guys. That's the alpha, like canned mushrooms, because they don't lose their moisture when you put them in the oven. They don't like burn.
Huh. Okay.
And
That's
not to
some
mention,
alpha right
like
there.
Windsor pizza is special because they have the special cheese that nobody else can get.
And you know what? When you first told me that, I was like, bullshit. What are you talking about?
I thought it was bullshit, bro.
We looked it up. There is a special, like a special purveyor, or however you say that word, of cheese that is there in Windsor. Absolutely.
That's it. It's the nonnas. They're the only ones that make it, and it's these Italian grandmas. No, I don't know how they get it, but it's kind of crazy how they can lock up a supply of cheese to keep that uniqueness to them. So Windsor Pizza, I will definitely be posting pictures of that and stuff in my face. All right, let's take a look at Good, because
Dude, yes.
Good has been. I'll be honest with you. I doubled my money. I sold. I was waiting for a pullback and I missed it, and it fucking ripped.
Still early. So look, I got a green background today because, dude, the markets are ripping rolling. I've been like really kind of reserved all day during this show, just hiding my excitement. I got to tell you, today was such a good day. Today was a good day. You guys know I've been hanging out with the Good team now from day one. We were there from launch day. It's the same guys that did Minus. It's most of the guys from Minus. So like they're homies, IRL homies. We've met them in real life. We've hung out. That stuff being said, like they created something that is truly special. Today happens to also be National Dog Day. So just a little alpha of what's happening. If you guys were in the Good space earlier, Robinhood, the Robinhood account tweeted, not Robinhood Crypto, the Robinhood account tweeted out something very specific and direct at the Good Project today about National Dog Day and a good boy, the goodest boy or the goodest dog. So there's some stuff cooking, man. Very, very interesting how that was, all that stuff played out today. So I would think
that's sick.
Like we're on a little bit of a pullback right now. This is a great opportunity time to watch the chart, maybe start to scale in, because it has the potential to dip a little, but the dips get eaten so fast.
Dude,
and what's it at, like
this is the move right here, man. If you got in on the bounce off the 200-day moving average, that was absolute gold.
One day I'll tell everybody the story. I got in at launch. I got in day one. I'll tell you the story of what I put in and where I'm at. It's fucking.
That's absolutely awesome. Well, it's good.
It's good, dude. We get it. So look, here's the one thing you got to understand is that like every chain has like mascot dogs and cats and specific animals, right? Every chain does. Cash Cat is the cat that's been chosen for Robinhood. It's at like $230 million. You think about all the other dogs that have ever survived and made it, they're the ones. This one has the chops to do it. It's got the attention. It's got everything moving forward in that right direction. Hundreds of millions of dollars of the market caps, if not billions. You think about, I think the one on Toncoin, the dog coin that was chosen on Toncoin did like $400 million. So like, 7 to 8 million if we drop back down there, which I don't know, the 10 million floor held like a fucking charm. It's at 11 and something right now. It seems to be holding. So I would try to scale in. I'm not telling you to buy in, do your research, join the community, learn about what's happening, what's going on there, but you got to understand like the alpha and when it moves, and these chains, it does look like we're rounding the top a little bit. So I'd probably, I'm a holder, I'm a long-term holder. I may buy back in when we touch the 200 or the 21 day. On what time frame was that?
So that was the hourly. The hourly looks like it might just come back and touch it, which is perfect. Like, because we had the bounce, you want to come back and touch it and pop off. Like it looks good. It looks good, man. 15 minutes right at it right now. 5 minutes. I wouldn't even bother with the small time frames, right? They'll be super choppy. But if you're looking at the 1 hour and the 4 hour, again, both look like they just want to come back and just makes like the 4 hour to me, like it's like we can just kind of make a little bit of a bull flag or something like that. You'll have to watch, see if this plays out. and then if it plays out, let the pattern fill, and then you probably want to get in like somewhere here,
Yep.
and then you get to move up to that's 19 million, guys.
Dude, and then the thing's gonna rocket ship up. There's I put out a post the other day. If you look at the early days of Cash Cat and then the early days of Good, also with Wallet, we can take a look at that one too. Kind of the same structure where they've got these just flat periods, and then it starts to just bounce up, and then just goes parabolic. Cash Cat again, that's the one that's at like 230 million. So like
I saw that was on trending. I was looking at the trending. There's one that actually was trending today. Pistachio.
yeah, there's like
It
some
went up
funny.
like freaking crazy.
There's Good's up there trending. What is it, number 4 or 5?
Good is number 6.
Number 6.
It's even higher than Pistachio. Pistachio must have gone down. Here's the trending. So we got Cash Cat number 1 right now. Chum AI. This is what, the last 6 hours? Good. Chum. Let's see, the last 24 hours. Pawns. Cash Cat still up there. Biscotti. Biscotti. Oh
yeah, Biscotti. Dude, I saw that on Pump Fun on the app. Biscotti and Pistachio. I saw those two that you were talking.
I don't Pussycat Club. I love that one. I love how there's like Good in the Hood and then there's Pussycat right below. It's dogs and cats. That's awesome. I gotta learn how to find these little gems. Put some money aside for altcoins to pop off. You know what I just realized?
Huh.
We said that we were going to do a giveaway in JChain's token last week. I almost forgot about it. So who's in chat right now? I want to see a number of hands who's in chat. So we wanted to give away $25 of JChain's token to somebody in chat. And we said we were going to give a number in chat, random number. So here's the deal. I'm going to name a number, and whoever DMs me and JChain's with this number will be entered into a wheel of names, and whoever wins the spin will get $25 in JChain's.
Love that.
So the number is 6, because 6 is where Good is right now. So the number 6, guys on X, DM me or JChain's for the number 6, and we'll enter you in the wheel of names for our JChain's giveaway. And if nobody gets it, then we'll just do it again next week.
Yes,
absolutely. But looks pretty good. Is there anything else that you want to look at before we close up the show?
Yeah, I got one more that I've been starting to scream from the rooftop about. It's another Robinhood one. Go to Wallet.
Wallet.
Yes. No.
Wallet.
Sam Hall is in the building. Let's go.
Which one is the right one here?
The 7.2 million. Yeah, they're all the same. It's just different pairs. But yeah, that top one is go to that one.
Okay, just want to make sure I get the right contract address.
Yep.
Okay, so daily. That's interesting. Oh, this is like pretty new.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to a smaller time frame. Let's go to 1 hour. Looks pretty good. Looks like a little bit of a pullback here. Call that a falling wedge. So we'll see if that plays out. That would be a move, something like that. If that was the case, 9.28 million. So it's coming back to revisit the top here. But I don't know how far down we can trend here. I don't know why my indicator's not showing.
Maybe just it's too new. I don't know.
They were showing on the other ones. CS. What the heck?
So while you're looking at that, a little bit of backstory on this, and maybe this is going to get interesting, right? And I can't give too much information because I got to make sure that the community who's in our Discord behind the token gate has some incentives there. And so we have got a intelligence brief that I passed on to the community. I'm in a chat group with some big time investigators that are looking at this. This token, the wallet token on Robinhood, has got some insane ties back to Robinhood itself. Okay. There are 2 key devs with known identity, whether wallets, emails, all that stuff that have been working on this. The wallet addresses, the funding sources, all tie back to like the Robinhood mainnet deployer. There's some fucking crazy connections to this particular token and Robinhood and what they're building. They're not saying anything about it. When you look on Deck Screener, there's no connections to any websites, to any social media sites. That's like the first thing projects do when they launch a coin, right? Unless you're doing something stealthy. So again, as it turns out, there's two main devs, plus there's a link to Vlad in this. Originally, it was thought that this potentially was going to be the gas token that was used inside the wallet, but they've come out and said that they're using Ethereum, so that's the solution there. Plus, they've got the gasless stuff. So what it's kind of being tested for, and there's some EIP tests and also all these things that are going on, have to do with like when stocks do a split. So there's some kind of thing that this could play a role with that. Also, potentially with when we do have agentic transactions, how are you going to decipher the difference between a standard transaction and like a human transaction and an agent, right?
Oh yeah.
So there has to be different protocols that are put together. So there's some insane theories that have factual evidence put back to there that link this project to Robinhood itself. Insane. Like you're talking like a multi-billion-dollar market cap. And I know this is pure fucking speculation. 100%. I put a couple $100s into it just in case, because like the evidence is like clear. I'll show it to you for sure, because I know you have the token. I don't know if you're in the Discord in the token gate part or not, but I will send that to you so you can see it, dude. It's wild.
Yeah, definitely. I'll check it out. This might be a good buy. Like if I see a nice falling wedge. Like if we can get back to the 21, the 200 here, this kind of looks like we might do something like this. Like the 21 will trend up, or sorry, 200 will trend up, and we'll kind of bounce in this channel and pop maybe an entry. If we can get back to that would be nice, a nice bounce, and that brings you up to from where we are now. Actually, if we come back down here, we're going to like 6 million. Right back up to 9. So pretty nice move. Yeah, meme coins are back.
Memes are back, man. The trenches are back. There's things happening, dude. Things are cooking. It's getting hot out there.
But if it's what you say it is, this isn't a meme coin. This is utility,
this would be true. Like this is a Robinhood infrastructure absolute play, and like who knows, man. But the evidence when you look at it and you see it again, they haven't come out and said that they have anything to do with it, but they also understand that there's a lot of people talking about this, and they've not come out to say that they don't have anything to do with it either. So it's one of those. It's a spec play, but I mean, for a little moonbag, man, going from 6 million or 7 million, whatever it's at right now, to a couple hundred or $1 billion, like that's a game changer.
Absolutely. Hey, it's, you know what, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Obviously,
like $100, dude, the 1,000x $100 would be great.
If you got some extra money to play the game, because you can use that money to make more money to buy, whatever you want to buy, whatever you're going to buy. If it's Bitcoin that you really like, or Ethereum, or whatever you want, like just buy more of that. Again, there's always ways to make money in this market. Like there's airdrops. Dude. Crypto has so much opportunity. You just got to get out there and find it.
Yeah. When I make lots of $1 million on this project, I am going to spot buy $1 million of Bitcoin. And I can't wait for it.
Oh, that'd be sick, dude. And there you go. And then you borrow against it to pay yourself for the year, and then you're good. and then the Bitcoin will continue to go up, and you'll never have to pay that loan off because it'll pay itself.
Ever. That's the game.
I love it, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. Remember the number 6 on X Discord. You got a message Modern Canadian or J Chains, and we will get you in the wheel of names. And once we find the name, we will post it on the social media and on X, and you'll see who won. And then we'll get your wallet address and all that fun stuff. So thanks you guys for tuning in. It's been an awesome stream, and we'll see you next week. Next week I'll be at the cottage again, so we'll be doing this from the stars on Starlink. So we'll see you guys next week live from the cottage, and I appreciate you guys for coming on. We'll see you next week. Peace.
See ya. Smash the like.
Yeah. Another session in the books. Trade Daddies. Let's close it out right. Yeah. From the charts to the couch, we appreciate your time. Every view, every share, that support is a sign. Late night learners building wealth slow. Plant seeds today, watch the legacy grow. We don't flex hype, we invest in the grind. Teach discipline so you level your mind. If the game gave value and the message hit deep, run it back, tap like, let the algorithm speak.
Trade Daddies, yeah, we here every week, dropping gems, keeping structure unique. If you vibe with the movement, help it expand. Like, share, subscribe, build the brand. Trade Daddies, yeah, we teach no cap. Real dads, real trades, real talk on the map.
Yeah, no promises quick, just knowledge and reps. Risk managed tight, calculated steps. From beginners to vets, everybody can learn. Market cycle spin, patience earns. So salute to the viewers, community strong. Independent thinkers, moving along. Hit subscribe if you rock with the show. Turn alerts on, don't miss the flow. Don't miss the flow.
Who keeps it real? Trade Daddies. Who builds the skill? Trade Daddies. Like it up, share it wide, subscribe and ride. Daddy time, knowledge climb. See you next week, same grind.